Land Acquisition Act 1894 has replaced which earlier legislation? Land Acquisition Act 1984. 1893. So, what is the duration of copyright protection for literary works? Copyright protection. Lifetime of the author plus 60 years. Copyright. What is the duration of copyright protection for literary works? According to Land Acquisition Act, rehabilitation and resettlement area 13 government. Act, Land Acquisition Act, rehabilitation and resettlement in 13 governments can acquire land for public and partnership project, public private partnership project where government ownership of land will remain with the government. Government ownership of land remain with the government. Public private the strategic budget purpose, budget for family affected by projects. Projects for family affected by the project. According to the Land Acquisition Act, rehabilitation and resettlement by the government. A correct section of a law contractor defines a proposal may be revoked at any time before, but not after. Communication of its acceptance is complete as against the proposal. Which section of law of a contractor defines a proposal may be revoked at any time before? Section 5P. A section of law of a contractor defines a proposal may be revoked at any time before but not after. Communication of its acceptance is complete as against the proposal. Section 5. As against the proposal. Section 5. Section 33. Now the recovery of the specific immovable property may be enforced. Immovable property. A person entitled to the possession of specific immovable property may recover it in the manner provided by the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. Possession of specific immovable property, recover it in the manner provided. CPC Procedure Code 1908. The Rajesh issue check 50,000 Sharma for the payment of a goods purchase. When the Mr. Sharma deposit collar check which was returned by the bank with the remark insufficient funds. Mr. Sharma deposited the check, it was returned by the bank. So a complaint in writing is to be made by the Mr. Sharma in the court within 1 month for the dishonour of the check. As per section 142 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, 1881, for a court to take cognizance of an offence committed under section 138, Instrument Act 1881. As per section 142, the payee holder of the check shall make a complaint in writing within 1 month of the date. Cause of action arises. Section 130 provides that punishment for dishonour of the check shall be imprisonment up to 2 years with fine, which may be extended to twice the amount of the check, or both. Twice the amount of check. It transfers a piece of land to B on the condition that B shall not transfer the land to anyone else next 10 years. B has no right to transfer the land someone else for the next 10 years. They transfer a piece of land to B on the condition that B shall not transfer the land to anyone for the next 10 years. In this case, B has no right to transfer the land. It amounts to conditional limitation on transfer property. कंडीशनल लिमिटेशंस। देश को बचाने चुनाव लड़ो, इलेक्शन कंटेस्ट करो, नहीं तो आतंकवादी सत्ता में बैठ जाएंगे, हिटलर शाही हो जाएगा। स्टूडेंट्स नौकरियाँ बेचा जा रहा है, उड़ीसा, राजस्थान, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार। जजेस जॉब सब गया, एमएलए, एमपी। देश को बचाने आम आदमी, किसान, 7 लाख विलेजेस, 70 करोड़ किसान, गांव की जनता चुनाव लड़ो। मजदूर वोट दो, गरीब को वोट दो, गरीब चुनाव लड़ो। किसान स्टूडेंट्स को वोट दो, स्टूडेंट चुनाव लड़ो। किसान वोट करो, किसान को, गरीब को। The term income is described the Income Tax Act 1961 under section 224. Mr. X deposits consideration in the term deposit 5 years with the post office liable tax deduction under the section 80C. Assuming Mr. X does not option for concessional tax regime, BSC of the Income Tax Act 1961. Mr. X is not guilty or either tax evasion, tax avoidance. Not guilty. Section 80C. The post office to avail tax. Assuming Mr. X does not option for concessional tax regime. Agriculture income is exempted from tax under section 10(1) Income Tax Act 1961. Tax on non-agriculture in case of non-agricultural income exceeds basic exemptions. Limit: agricultural income exceeds 5,000. Partial integration of the non-agricultural income within the agricultural income. Both statements are correct. Agricultural income is exempt from tax. Tax on non-agriculture in case of non-agricultural income exceeds 5,000 is determined by scheme of partial integrations of non-agricultural income with agricultural incomes. Rent-free accommodation provided by an employer to employee. Rent-free accommodations, an employer to employee. Requisite as per section 72 of the Income Tax Act. Rent-free accommodation provided by an employer to employee. 72 of Income Tax Act. An agreement not enforceable by law is stated to be void under. Agreement not enforceable by law. Section 2G. Enforceable by law. The agreement is not enforceable. Be void under Section 2G. The concept of invalid guarantee is covered under sections. So, concept of invalid guarantee is covered under section. A contract of a guarantee is a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of third person. In case of default, the person who gives the guarantee is called the surety. Invalid guarantee. Contract to perform the promise to discharge the liability of a third person in case of his default. Person who gives the guarantee is called surety. The person in respect of whose default the guarantee is given is called the principal debtor. And the person to whom guarantee is given called the creditor. Section 140 to 144 of the Indian Contract Act 1870 deal with the invalid guarantee. Section 144 142 provides the guarantee obtained by the misdepreciation of concealment is invalid. Under Section 144, it is conditional on another person joining as co-surety.